God. Stewardship Part 2. A steward must do something for their own growth. Just because you've been given responsibility to oversee particular resources, a particular ministry, particular gifting, or even a job, does not diminish your position to grow yourself. You need to grow yourself as you grow what you've been assigned to do. In Genesis chapter 30, verse 29, Jacob calls Laban and he tells him that you know how your flock fared under my care. When I came, you had little, but God has increased you under my care. But Jacob says, yes, I've been a good steward of your flock. Now, what is in it for me? What is it that is in for me? When will I do something for my own household? This is a question that Jacob asks Laban. When will I do something for my household? You need to ask yourself that question as a steward. When will you do something for yourself? As you do things for others, when will you do something for your own growth? Let's assume that that day Jacob was to leave. Was there something that he could have told Laban to give him that was his? Apart from the children and the wives, he owned nothing. Yet he was staying in a house owned by Laban, eating food owned by Laban, clothing provided by proceeds from Laban's flocks. So he had nothing of his own. Like many of us, we stay in government houses, we stay in rented houses, we board PSV, public service vehicles. We use everything that's not meant for us. On the last day, there's nothing in it for us. But a good steward, you have to reach a time where, as you look after the flock of others, you also look after your own flock. That is, spiritually, grow your own spiritual life. Grow mentally by going back to school or looking for more knowledge. Invest time and money for your own growth. Invest in your own children. Something that you can do for yourself. Number 2, a steward knows their own value. The same verse, Laban asks Jacob, what should I give you as payment? Genesis 30, 29 to 30. We find that Jacob answers and says, no, I know my value. What is my value? Every speckled and spotted colored goat. Allow me to go through it today and pick those types of goats. That is my value. As a steward, you should know your value. Where you are undervalued, leave that place. You need to be valued as a steward. Jacob says, every spotted and speckled goat will be mine. That is my value. Therefore, as a steward, do something for your own growth, just like Jacob started to do. Number 2, know your value. Know that you are valuable, not just the people that you do things for. Amen.